Hey, what's up, boxing fans? This is the Rope-A-Dope Report. I'm your host, Chris Carlson. It's been a little while since my last video. The season's really starting to pick up, so I'm going to do a couple today and then, get back into doing more videos as well, and not have as many breaks, hopefully, if I can find the time. This is a video for Ricardo Mayorga versus Miguel Cotto. It's coming up this weekend. It's on pay-per-view. A lot of people are kind of complaining in the boxing community about this fight, that it's going to be on pay-per-view. There was an HBO Top Rank issue, and therefore this is on Showtime pay-per-view, something Showtime hasn't done in quite a while. So it is what it is. When you've been in the game as long as these guys have done, have been and beaten the guys, or at least fought the guys that they fought, these two names together are going to make for a pay-per-view event. I mean, that's for sure. I'm not going to sit there and say it's going to do huge numbers, but it's going to do numbers to where they're going to be profitable. So it is what it is. Obviously, if Cotto comes through this, which I do think he will, he's got Margarito in July, I believe, late June or July, something like that, for the rematch. Let's talk about this matchup. Now, Mayorga, he's a guy that... He's a wild man in and outside of the ring. He confesses it himself. He uses the mind over matter type stuff, the mind games. He's already gotten Cotto a lot more aggressive and a lot more vocal than we've ever seen him. That's for sure. So some of that is working. He's hard. He's an awkward fighter. You look at Shane Mosley. He had plenty of problems with him. Guys have had problems with him. Other guys have been able to knock him out, like Oscar De La Hoya and a few others. So, he's very awkward, no doubt about it. And he does those from weird angles and punches out of nowhere, but he also is very wild, too. You know what I mean? He gets wild with his punches in general. He's definitely... He's just a strange fighter in the ring. It's really hard to... put a finger on him, but he's important to the sport as well. You got to have guys like this as well. Cotto coming off a performance last June. He's actually been on the shelf since last June. He beat Foreman. Working with Emmanuel Story, he came out and it looked like his balance, his stance, and his overall balance was better. Cotto had that lean in thing where he kind of hunch over a lot. And his base just wasn't as sturdy as it could be. So I got to say I saw some improvement. I'm eager to see another full camp with them two working together. I think it's a positive thing. But I think overall, Cotto's got one of the best jabs in the business. The jab, the combos, even the hand speed, and just overall skill. I really see Cotto winning this fight. The thing about it, and the thing I've been saying about it, a lot of main events don't live up to it, or aren't even entertaining. Some of them aren't even entertaining. So I guess, for the ones that are going to pay-per-view buy this, going to have some people over, or you're just a huge Cotto fan or Mayorga fan, I get it, you know what I mean? At least they did put a decent, undercard on it. I think there's a couple good fights there. Yuri Foreman and Wolak's on the undercard, and I think that's a good undercard. I think Miguel Vasquez and starts with a Z. That should be a pretty good fight on the undercard. Anyway, let's get back to this fight. At least the main event will be action-packed and fun to watch, because these guys aren't really in a lot of bad fights. Cotto's been in so many fun fights to watch, but I'm going to go with overall skill in that jab. And I think he's going to knock him out. We don't know how his power is at 154. At 147, the power didn't seem as extreme as it had at 140. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But I do think he's going to cut him, maybe TKO style. I see him in a decision or a later KO, something in the 8th, 9th, 10th, a little bit later in the fight. But I'm definitely going with Cotto here. So I'm going to go with Miguel Cotto by decision or late TKO or KO style. Make sure you check out ropeadoperadio.com. We did have some issues in the last 2 weeks. We're trying to get back to normal with that. But thanks for the support just in general. And peace.